Greetings, welcome back everyone. This is, I guess, our second episode of Sorare. I'm Fleo, and today we're going to be doing likely a bit of a shorter video, but we have our rewards as you can see at the top, and we'll be opening that. These rewards are essentially free to enter rewards. They're from the common competition, finished in the top 50%, and then we're going to chat about there's a bunch of good games today, not necessarily for my Sorare players, but just in general to watch. I'm excited about. But first, so essentially what you do, you can click on the little new rewards tab. It shows up every time. It's essentially every 4 days, so that you can see what your rewards are. And if you go to the overview, you can then claim your rewards, of course. And right here, I have a tier 1 comment, and I get Moussa Dembele, which is honestly, in my mind, a brilliant reward. We can kind of let's pull him up on Sorare. So of course we won't be able to see his stats or his value because it's a common card, but we can see that his limited card sells for 0.05. He's averaging, 55% of playing time, but playing a lot in the past 15 games, averaging 57 points over the last 5 games, which he's played every one. So in my mind, this is a good pull to help me out in the common categories. Obviously, he was a tier 1 player, so I expected a bit, but not necessarily near that 100 or under 23 list. But he's 545th in overall scores over the last 15 games, and or for forwards over the last 15 games, and 2,615th for overall players. So I can just claim this reward, and simple enough. Yeah, I was gonna say should not be there, but I was able to claim those rewards. Now, if I go to my if I go to the play settings, the brand new week of plays are live. So 14th to the 18th. No, 18th to the 22nd. We're currently in the 14th to the 18th. We can hit this back arrow to see that I am currently have performers in for some of these competitions. Entered in both of them. Only have 2 games left for my common group. But now we can enter our lineups for the competitions. Now let's see under 23 if we do have any players here. We'll say you. So this guy has a game. Oh, we have 3 players with a competition this week of 4 players. And all right, so our 5th player does not have a competition this week. Maybe I spend a little bit of money to put together a roster, but I have successfully put together a lineup of at least 4 players who are competing. If we go to this guy hasn't played recently. I merely bought him because I needed. This was the cheapest goalkeeper I could buy. He has a game. I likely won't play, and that's fine. I simply bought him because I wanted to enter these competitions. I needed a goalkeeper, of course. So I bought a really cheap one. Now maybe that was really dumb, and I should just spend a little bit to buy a young goalkeeper that I was going to play for a while. But he's only 21. Maybe he gets a couple years. In like a year or 2, he starts playing again, and or playing in general in a professional team. Maybe it's not for in the Eredivisie. Maybe it's some other teams. Or actually, I'm curious. Is that an Eredivisie team or is it a out of league competition? Because I know this is. I still got to learn a bit here and there. But you can see Navajo. Backboard, if that's how you pronounce it, is averaging 30. We can look it up on Sorare data, and he has been played 47% of the last 15 games, averaging 28 points. We can see that Levent Mercan, if that's how you say it, has played 20% of the last 15 games, 60% of the last 5, averaging around the same 30 points. And our final guy, Cho Sang-jun, let's see if he shows up, has been playing 67% of the last 50 and not available prior, but he's been averaging 38 and 32. So I'm going to set my captain, which essentially gives them even greater of a bonus here, and I'm going to confirm it. Set my starting lineup, and I have entered the under 23 competition. Now we can see the prize pool for this. For the 18th to the 22nd under 23 competition, top 800 are getting a tier 3 limited card. Tier 2 to the top 300. Tier 1 for the top 100, and then top 20 to 4th are a star player with Ethereum for the top contenders in competing people. On on the podium here. So I likely will not do all too well, and I'm not sure what way I'm going to enter Sorare, if I'm really going to commit to the under 23, if I'm really going to commit at all in terms of Ethereum. But this is just, I wanted to put together a lineup to even give me the slimmest chance. Now, moving over to the one that is absolutely free to play, the one I guess I am more suited to compete in. We can see Allison. I have 2 goalies, so I have Matthias Dituru and then Allison. I'm going to pick Allison playing against, what's that, Burnley? Or Norwich. They're playing against Norwich, which is obviously a weaker side. Then I can pick some guys here. Now, defenders, John Lukumi did not compete last week, but let's see. Oh, it's a C. I believe he did not compete last week, but has been playing 60% of the games, 53% over the last 15, averaging about 50 points. And we'll look up Nilsson, and he has been competing in almost 100% of the games in total. So I think it's a safer bet, although he's averaging less. I think it's a little bit of a safer bet, so I'm going to put him in here. Fabinho, he's my go-to. He's balled out. He scored the other day, got me a whole bunch of points. And then for my attackers, of course, I can click the used and see who's in here. Same with these guys. But in my mind, I think I had the obvious choice in many of these situations. And I'm going to go with Giancarlo Ramos, if that's how you pronounce it. Then for the final pick, I get to pick of these players a whole number of them. I'm actually curious because we saw that he plays about 50-ish, 60-ish% of the games. And if we go to Naby Keita, who I am very sure plays a bunch, but did I spell it wrong? No, where is it? I'm blind. Here it is. Yeah, he plays around 60% of the games as well, and he's maybe because he's hurt, but he's 500 or 845th for overall midfielders in the last 15 games. I'm going to start Naby Keita. They're playing, I guess, a weaker Norwich side, and I expect Allison to get a shutout against Norwich, so I'm going to set him as my captain. Of course, something you will want to acknowledge for defenders. Now, I don't necessarily know his position specifically, but if you are going to buy money on defenders, as I confirm this lineup, and I'm ready to go for this match week. So, relatively easy video to run through, just walking through my lineups now. I do have extra players. Now, if I go to All-Star, and if I want to enter some people, I would need a goalie, but this guy has not been used. This guy has not been used. My forwards, I used my only possible forward, and I would essentially need to buy 3 new players to compete in this one as well. If I'm not mistaken, if I go to my club cards, I believe I have 7 limited. Oh, yeah, 7 limited cards. So I'd have to buy 3 more to compete in both. I don't think I would, but maybe I would. I don't really know. But what was I saying? I got a little distracted here. Beyond me, what I was mentioning. But with that being said, there's a couple good games today. If we go to FUTBIN, which of course, or not FUTBIN, that's the FIFA one. FUTMob. Brilliant site to track, I guess, all football competitions. And personally, the Champions League is on today at 3 p.m. Eastern, my time. So, United States time, East Coast. And Manchester United, I'm a Manchester United fan, plays at 3:15. So I have a slate of games to watch today, but of course not really impacting my fantasy value. If we can see that those, obviously, a lot of my Liverpool games are happening towards the like 18th to 20th. They'll be playing Norwich, and that is going down on, I'm curious, is it going down on Friday? Yeah, so Friday, huge slate of games. So, or Saturday, the 19th. Why did I think the 19th was Friday? Saturday, I'll have to keep an eye out for those competitions. But that is my video today, running through my free-to-play, everything like that, my rewards. Not bad. I'll take Moussa Dembele. Actually, I didn't even start him. That was probably because he didn't have a game during this match week. We'll check it out real quick. If we go here, used. I'm curious. Interesting. But with that being said, I'm going to close out here. Thank you all for watching, and have an excellent evening, morning, night, whatever you're watching. Peace.